Hello and welcome back to the Note. In the words of the late and very great, sadly deceased David Bowie, we continue to have to turn and face the strange. It continues to be a very unusual start to the new year, still by most sensible measures the worst start to the year for the world stock market on record. This is what's happened to the FTSE All World Index, and it's now taken out its low from last August. It's now at its lowest in more than 2 years. That includes both developed and emerging markets. And a large part of that is, if we take a look at the crude oil price, you can see that that's also now taken out its low from 2008, a period when the US and much of the developed world was falling into a very serious recession. People were seriously talking about nationalizing the banks. Well, oil is now lower than it was then. It's now at its lowest in more than 12 years. There are some signs for hope. In China, the foreign exchange rate, which has obviously been hogging attention, was relatively stable, even if the stock market managed to fall another 5%. Here in the US, very importantly, the stock market did trade up into the close. Although, as you can see from this chart, that's largely thanks to the performance of defensive sectors. What we're seeing here is how the tobacco sector has done relative to the index. When people are excited about defensive stocks like tobacco, that's generally a symptom that you're in some kind of a bear market already. If you're falling back on the notion that whatever happens, people will keep smoking and tobacco companies will pay a dividend. Other very strong performers so far this year would include other very defensive companies like Walmart. We also, in a potentially significant development, did get earnings from Alcoa to start the fourth quarter earnings season, although that won't get going in earnest until later this week. Alcoa's earnings were slightly better than very low expectations. They had fallen very sharply indeed to start the year. We'll get a better clue on exactly how well that's gone down when the markets reopen. For now, the rather subdued start to the year continues, and for many of people of my generation for whom David Bowie was an extremely important figure, this remains a very sad day.